Welcome back to another week of me going through 10,000 nickels in my attempt to complete the 1938 through 1961 Jefferson nickel set. Pretty good hunt. I averaged 30 nickels per box. No complaints there. And I did find another key date, which was a 1938 Denver. I'd found one back around the 90,000 mark, and this is now the second one that I have found. Completion of this set of 10,000 has now brought the total number of nickels searched to 130,000 nickels. My goodness. And for those of you wondering, that's 65 boxes or $6,500 of nickels. Or a really fun way to put it is 1,443 pounds of nickels searched. Aside from the key date, I did find three Buffalo nickels, two of them dateless. One of them was a 1927, which I did need. 10 Canadians. I found an impaired proof from 2017. And I even found a bonus wheat penny, a 1940 Philadelphia. So I was chatting with one of my buddies earlier this week. He's taken somewhat of an interest in following this channel. Didn't realize he liked to do this stuff as a kid as well. And he said, Wall, at this point, just go for 1 million. And I was like, you know what? That sounds like a pretty good idea. So if I can keep up the pace at 10,000 nickels each week, I'll have searched 1 million nickels by May 30th of the year 2025. Not really sure if I can do it, but I'm going to give it a shot. Hopefully, I have these books complete well before then. Anyway, I got some close ups as always coming up and the totals at the end of the video. Another 10,000 nickels complete. Two nickels shy, timing my all time record of number pulled. It's a pretty good hunt. Found one key date, a 1938D. I found two or three of those now, I believe. Four 2009s, three Buffalo nickels, including a 1927 Philadelphia, which I did need. The other two, this one appears to be a 1925. Probably don't need to nickdate that. I think I already have it. And this one, she's just going to stay as is. Two silver nickels, a 1945 and a 1943 Philadelphia, and an impaired proof. Got 4 pennies out of this, including a bonus wheat cent. This one, I believe, was a 1940. Let's take a peek here. Yep. Now, as many of you know, this is how I got started into all of this. Back in 2013, I went through 980,000 pennies. It's 392 boxes. Working on the wheat cent collection, I found all but 14. Got 10 Canadians, including two that I know I need. A 2011 and a 2022. And a handful of moderns. Gonna get back over here, start searching these. I believe this one is, no, this next one. Found these in the same roll. So here's the other key date, a 1938D. There it is. Pretty tough one to find. And then I found this 1939. These are fairly common. They minted 145 million of these, I believe. It's a 1939 Philadelphia, but this one is in exceptional condition. No steps, but it might be an upgrade coin. Anyway, let's get back at it. All right, I've got all the books laid out. No surprise, no new additions to the Jefferson books. Did get an upgrade, though, for the 1956D spot. Pretty sharp looking nickel. No new additions, however. But one of the Buffaloes was an addition. 1927 Philadelphia. Starting to make some progress on the Buffaloes. And I also collect Canadians. Got one new edition. 2011. She is shiny and scratched up. Anyway, that's it. And here are the totals so far through 130,000 nickels searched. One thing I'd like to point out here is the year 1948. I have found quite a few nickels from that year, but you'll see that there is a wonderful 0 in the S column. Now, the 1948 S is considered a semi-key date. However, it is just a statistical anomaly that I still have not found one in this 130,000 nickels. It's starting to bug me just a little bit. So much, in fact, that I went through every single 1948, both Philadelphia and Denver nickel that I have found so far, just to see if maybe I missed it. However, I have not. Thankfully, I did find a 1948S back in 2015 when I initially started this, but I should have just found at least one. Realistically, about four. What? Whatever. I'm sure I will find another one soon enough. And here's the star find out of Dispatch 10,000, the 1938 Denver Jefferson nickel. A key date, very tough to find. This is only the second one that I have found in the 130,000 nickels. This Jefferson is going to get an honorable mention out of this hunt. It's a very common 1939 Philadelphia. However, this thing was in impeccable condition. Still had luster to it. Very few dings, if any, really, on this. Did not have full steps, unfortunately, but just a really good find. There's no way this thing's been in circulation that many years. Had to have come out of someone's collection very recently. Here's the 2017 impaired proof that I found. So, what's special about this coin is that it's not intended for circulation. These are sold in mint sets. So, in this particular year, 2017, so you get a penny, the nickel, the dime, the quarter, a 50-cent piece, or a Kennedy half, whatever you want to call it. They're not meant for circulation. So, somehow this thing got cracked out of the case and wound up in circulation. Neat find, but I always just wonder what happened. How did it get in circulation? Now, I know this hunt is dedicated solely to nickels, but I happened to find a 1940 Philadelphia wheat cent in one of the rolls while I was going through this. As I've mentioned in some other videos, back in the winter of 2013, my now wife and I went through 980,000 pennies. That's 392 boxes in our attempt to complete the 1909 to 1958 wheat cent collection. We got close. We found all of them but 14. And at that point, 980,000 pennies. It's like, what are we doing? We're never going to find all of them. So I waved the white flag at that point. Nonetheless, I love finding these things. It's one of my favorite coins in U.S. history. And last but certainly not least, the 1927 Philadelphia Buffalo nickel. Thankfully, this did not need any kind of acid wash or nicotine to reveal the coin. Just looks great as it is. Anyway, that's all for now. I got another 10,000 on order for next week. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you got any questions, if you'd like to see something else, just leave a comment below.